Okay, so I watched the Danish Deception Story. I watched it at work yesterday. I finished the whole thing. I was glued to my phone. Anyways, I want to come from a point of empty. I don't want to judge her. It's just I just as I was watching this story, I feel like there were so many red flags that she missed. So many, so many. But the point that stood out to me, which I think she shouldn't have missed, was when he asked her to lend him those $6,000. And the reason it stood out to me is because if someone who is a millionaire, a man who is a millionaire, will not ask a woman that he's interested, that he's courting, for money. Okay, for someone who's a millionaire, $6,000 is nothing. And the moment he asked for that money, that should have been a red flag. That should have been a red flag, and she should have started doing research when he asked for those $6,000 before she gave it to him. I mean, there were other red flags before that, but I think this when he asked for those $6,000, that should have been it. She should have been like, but why? Like, he has money. Why is he asking me for $6,000? That should be like nothing to him, you know? And it reminded me of the Tinder swindler story because that was one of the things that I always asked myself when I was watching the documentary. Like, if he is whining and dining you and expending all this money because he's supposed to be a millionaire, why is he asking you for money? And the fact that those girls gave him the money didn't make any sense to me. But at the same time, like I say, I don't want to victim blame because I think anybody can fall for a manipulator. It can happen to anyone. It has never happened to me to that extent. But so I will not victim blame over here. But I just want to say that I hope she learns a lesson from this. Look, do not put any man on a pedestal. Decenter man from your life. Find yourself. Love yourself, please, women. Please love yourself first. No matter how handsome a man is, how beautiful he looks, love yourself first. Girl, do you know how many men, handsome, beautiful men, are walking out there full of demons? You know how many handsome men are like serial killers and terrible people? So, I another reason I think that another reason why she didn't cut these things is because she moved on to the relationship way too quick. She was enamored by him. Okay, she already had a whole Cinderella story going on in her head with him that she couldn't see the red flags. It was right there in front of him. Also, when he told her that he was Danish royalty and that he went to the Olympics, you know what? A simple Google search would have given you the answer. A simple Google search would have told you whether he was lying or not. I mean, again, I don't want to victim blame. I hope she learns from this. I hope she grows. And I hope she learns to like get to know a man slowly. Take your time getting to know a man. I understand you want to be in a relationship, you want to be in love. A lot of people are, have this idea of love. I get it. I completely get it. Where you're coming from, meeting him in Europe and you wanted to come with this, I met my soulmate in Europe and blah, 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 blah. But a partnership is so much more than that. Choosing a partner, choosing a husband is it's a decision that shouldn't have to be taken lightly, and it's not something you should be taking. She just, I don't know. And the fact that he He scammed her friends as well, her friends and her family, and nobody told her. Nobody told her, hey, your husband asked me to lend him this amount of money. Like everybody around her failed her some way, somehow. I feel for his family because you can, based on what she was saying, the conversations that she was having with them once everything came to the light, you can see that his family is tired as well. That man has abused, the love, not only the love of his family, but also the love that she felt for him. Like, I'm not gonna go into details about her color or his skin and her being a Nigerian and all that stuff. I'm not gonna touch that topic. I think that maybe she has a type, and that was her type. And I think she has a right to have a type. Okay? But she did not choose wisely. She did not use discernment. So my advice for her would be to increase her discernment, to not change herself and not change her essence, because I think she's a good person. She seems like she's very kind. She's very poised. She's very educated. So do not change yourself. Like, don't change yourself. Just be more discerning. Be more smart. Move slowly when it comes to relationship, because that Cinderella story does not apply in real life, honey. I'm sorry, but that erase everything that Disney put in your head when it comes to like happily ever after, and land in reality and take your time when getting to know a man. I hope you learn from this. I hope you recover, and I wish you the best.